Good evening, October born spirits, and welcome to your karmic depth reading. In this reading, we're focusing on the karma indicated by the month you are born into. Together with the karma of your birthday, these two form like a program which gives you a better understanding of what to do in this lifetime for a clear free karma to pass to the next life. I was saying in the previous karmic depth readings I did, the youngest spirits are the ones born in December, and it goes to the oldest spirits, which are the ones born in January. And let's say if December are like the newborns and November babies, you October spirits are the toddlers. So you are very young spirits. In numerology and astrology, there are a few ways to find out your karma, and I'm gonna do multiple karmic depth readings. And I think that to get a complete view and to know best what to do with this karmic program, it's better to just look at all perspectives. I'm going to start with a short numerology introduction, and then I'm going to switch in the second part to oracle and a little bit of tarot. But let's start with the numerology part of the reading. For the spirits born in October, as I said, very young spirits, not the youngest, but still young. It is all about the money and finances. So you came to earth to increase the wealth of the family you are born into. You are here to make more money than your family and your tribe. For the October spirits, for example, that are orphan, if adopted, it applies to the adoptive family. For those that do not get adopted but do get married or get into a new family, not by adoption, but in a different way. It applies to the newly formed family, but also to the wife's or to the husband's family. In extreme cases, it applies to the idea of the family you have or someone playing that role for you. So it is about making more money and getting a better financial um, status than the family of origin or the people you consider as your family. A crucial thing for you is to never borrow money, either from banks, family, friends. No credits, no such things for you. If you inherit something, don't sell the inheritance and don't take loans. Be very careful about the loans and the credits and keep yourself away from this. There is an exception for the inheritance, where you can sell something inherited to buy something bigger or more expensive. Like if you're selling something you inherited to just get something better. That's like the exception for this is the sole case where you can sell. Otherwise, it is indicated to not sell. Basically, you have to increase the income and the wealth of the family. If successful, what you get? Success in business. Not only for yourself, but also for your descendants that will have good financial opportunities and bountiful lives. Contrary, if you do not succeed to complete this karmic program, this karma will affect not only you for your next lives, but also the descendants of the tribe that you now belong to. So it is important to try to successfully fulfill this program, because otherwise, as I said, not only you will have to suffer and endure the lack and the poverty or misfortunes, but also generations to come after you until someone manages to fix this karma. So October, it's all about finances and money and retribution for, let's say, the work you bring into this world. And now this is it for the, let's see if I have something else in here. Now I think this is it, October Spirit or October Toddlers. And now let's get to the second part, where we're gonna use this archetype deck to get 3 cards and 3 past lives, starting with the oldest, that still influence this current incarnation of yours. With this Akashic Tarot, we're going to expand and we're going to find out more details about these 3 past incarnations. With the Karma cards, we're going to figure out your major karmic task for this lifetime, if this was not enough already. But we're going to see exactly how this money, finances, success in business applies, to see to which house maybe, or a sign or planet this karma is related to. We're gonna switch to the Dreamweaver Oracle deck to see how to complete or how to achieve this karmic program, how to liberate yourself from this karmic debt. And this is gonna be the karma part of the cards reading. In the second part of the reading, we're gonna focus on the Dharma. So if this is the karma, this is the dharma, the higher knowledge, the sacred knowledge you get by fulfilling and completing this karmic program. With the Eternal Seeker Oracle deck, we're gonna see, what are you seeking? What are you looking for? What exactly is the dharma in this incarnation? And finally, with the Sacred Blessings card, we're gonna get a blessing. We're going to find which blessing guides you on this karmic path that you are on. October Toddlers. Okay, we have one card that wanted to talk a little bit, the Virgin. So you might be October Toddler, you might be a Virgin Spirit as well. The light attribute, maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. So up to now, you have maintained, this is the light part of this archetype. You have maintained symbolic purity of heart and spirit. In the shadow, you have fear of intimate union. Let's shuffle it a little bit more and see for you, October born spirit, what are 3 past lives that have repercussions and influence this life you're in now. One more shuffle, October spirits, and let's see 3 past lives for you influencing this life you're into right now. So the oldest, okay, you only have 2. In this deck I have these blanks, and this indicates that you have not had this 3rd past life. So you only have 2 past lives that influence. And what does that mean? So from each of these, for example, if they were 3, from each of these 3, you would have completed a part of the karmic program, and you would have taken the part that you did not complete with you to the next one, to the next one, and so on. For this one, so in this lifetime, you have a clear karma. You had no karma to pass to this lifetime. And in this cycle, you have the priest. Okay, so your second past life influencing this one is the priest, the archetype of the priest. Light attributes: facilitates spiritual commitments, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. So you were a channel of spiritual energy, you were channeling. And you were also facilitating spiritual commitments. in the shadow violates the trust of your spiritual community, seduced by your own spiritual role. Okay. For this card in here, October, Spirit, with this last part of the shadow, seduced by your own spiritual role. I was reading a book, and they were talking about the fifth chakra and how yogis get stuck in their blueprint and karma because the orgasm they get in the fifth chakra, it's so much more powerful than the sexual orgasm. And it is something about like playing with your tongue. So they manage to use the tongue inside the neck, and they tinkle something in there, and they get this orgasm. Okay, so you violated the trust of your spiritual community. And you were seduced by your spiritual role. Okay, let's see another past life, your last past life. Okay, this one came, the Fool. But we're going to put it back because it didn't jump. The Fool, light attributes. I think it's like for explaining the priest. A foolish priest. And this with the seduced by this role, with this mask. And underneath, you're crying. The mask is happy. You are seduced by this mask. I'm thinking now even of the film, The Mask. How he's seduced by this alter ego until he gets stuck with the mask on his face and he cannot take it off. And maybe something like this, something similar happened in here, that you were not able to take the mask off. The mask of the spiritual role. You were seduced by the power of it. And of course, something with the financial aspect. Light attributes. Fearlessly revealing emotion. Helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. And in the shadow, using humor to wound rather than liberate. Denial of your own emotional truth. Okay, so this mask that you were seduced by was somehow connected to this emotional lack of yours. And once you put the mask on, whatever you did, it affected not only the spiritual part of your archetype, but also the financial. And the financial and money as an energy is connected to to the first chakra. So it is very much connected with sexual energy. The energy, the financial energy, the energy of money, it's very, very much connected, and it's an exchange energy with the sexual energy. This feels like mentioning too. I don't know why I feel with the second chakra for you, October, Spirit. Okay, let's see your last. It is so fun. So this one's, I would say this was supposed to be this one, but this didn't happen. In the December reading, I had one of these situations as well. And I was saying that maybe for this one, but in your case, I feel like this one never happened. I was saying in that one that maybe It might have been just a short coming to Earth, a few hours, a few days, maybe not even born. So a few hours, a few months, a few days, like just touching Earth, but not spending too much time. In your case, I feel this one didn't happen. And having this card here, I think like it was supposed to be this one. But for one reason or another, it didn't happen. And this one happened. And let's see, the magical child. And it makes sense. This one is like very in tune with your toddler. Because magical child, I'm thinking at magical thinking. Magical thinking for 3 to 5 years, it's something in full force. It's amazing. Everything has life. The forest speaks. Everything is animated. Everything has life. So it's all about magical thinking. And this is what this was supposed to be. And it's like, in order to get a priest, you have to, and especially a priest, you have to be first a magical child, because the priest, in a way or another, works with the magical world. And how were you supposed, let's say, if this would have been the correct order, I feel like a very clear karma in here, quite clear karma. If this would have been the correct order, you would have had no karma to talk about now. And then they had to reverse it. And this is how you came. Magical child, light attributes, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible, and in the shadow, pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. With this karma from this life, where you got this spiritual block because you abused your power, let's say, in this one, you believe that energy and action are not required for growth. All of a sudden, my hands just warmed up very, very, very much with this magical child. Something about the hands for you I'm getting now. And being in the shadow, this belief in miracles, I'm thinking now there. And I'm going to, I was talking about the yogis and the fifth chakra. And this test they have to pass. Another test in the spiritual journey, like at one point, let's say we understand that everything happens for a reason. And we try to find explanations and reason for everything that we are going through. And this leaves no room for hazard, for chaos. And those are part of life too. Those are part of the tapestry of life too. And miracles, for example. So there's no room for miracles if everything can be explained or everything has a reason. What is the point of a miracle then, if everything has a reason? A miracle is just a miracle. I'm getting this for you. Okay, now let's go to the Akashic Tarot and see for you more details about these two lies influencing the one you are currently into. But the financial, I'm thinking of the financial. So from priest to child. The priest is not necessarily preoccupied with making money, or so it should be. Okay? The child, again, has no money or financial concerns. It seems like these two lives were so built so that you do not have this financial. So this karma doesn't feel that much as a karma, but a missing lesson. A missing lesson that you didn't even have, like, in these two blueprints, these two archetypes. Let's see. For the October spirits, more details about these two past lives. Okay. October born toddlers. Let's see, for this past life as a priest, what can we get to better explain the karma resulting from this past life? Okay, let's switch to the feminine. Okay, no? Not those ones. Let's see. So first of all, the Oracle of Delphi with the waterfall, the Six of Forces. December, November, and October, everyone has this card, the Six of Forces. Okay, with the Oracle of Delphi. The Four of Keys, clearing the way. Archangel Michael. I think Archangel Michael is all about protection. So protection for you and this toddler. Okay, we have a toddler in here. So Archangel Michael is protecting you. If this feminine, let's say preschooler, and this is coming next in the series, if this preschooler just relies and just holds on Archangel Michael, you, the toddler, are raising your hands toward him. So you are asking for this help. You want to be, and the heart is highlighted in here. You want to be carried by Archangel Michael. You want his protection. So the feminine knows that she can rely on the protection of Archangel Michael. But the boy, it's requiring, the masculine, it's requiring for this protection. Okay, with this protection on, clear the way. Clearing the way. And setting your course with the Three of Scrolls. And where are you heading? Towards the initiation of the Count Saint Germain. But these two cards, they keep appearing. So I'm not keeping any of these cards. Because Saint Germain was yesterday too. And I just want clear energies. Maybe we're connected. All 3 months are somehow connected. Because I've divided in 4 groups the 12 months. And you are in the baby group. So newborns, young babies, and adult babies, mature babies, which is you, the toddler. And maybe all of you in this group, you're going towards this initiation of the Saint Germain count. And something with this Oracle of Delphi and this waterfall. This waterfall was like I see for you something with the prophecy of the Oracle. So there was like this prophecy for the Six of Forces. Okay, as I've said, we're going to shuffle again. I want, okay, the scribe, the Two of Roses, the winged messengers. So this scribe, this priest scribe, and it's the card of the number 12 in the major arcana. So this is like the hanged man. But in this deck, it's represented by the scribe. And the scribe is receiving winged messages. It's receiving messages from birds. In the Harry Potter movie, owls, they deliver messages. It feels like with this magical priest, scribe, and this winged messenger is bringing information of the blueprint of the master artisan. The Five of Roses, the Garden, the King of Roses, and the Queen of Scrolls. Okay, I get it. October spirits, how you got in this priestess position. You achieved mastery as a priest. That's why like your ego went to your head. Because you became the master artisan. But how you got to this priestess, it is because of a love hurt, love wound. So the intention, the purpose, not the purpose, the reason how you got here, it is a love hurt. So your dedication as a priest could not have been 100% there because your heart was still aching. It was a love between a King of Cups, the King of Roses, and the Queen of Earth. I feel like saying it was the Queen of Wands. Maybe it's the Queen of Wands. Because it feels like fire and... yeah, I think it's the Queen of Wands. Okay, in this situation, the King of Cups and the Queen of Water fell in love in the garden with the Two of Cups in here. And it was a love story as developed as children. So, and what happened? I want to see what happened because something like really hurtful happened. And I feel like this single parent maybe also. The energy of a single parent. So not only that you've lost your love, but you also... Okay, what happened to this Queen of Fire? So it is spring and autumn. What happened to this Queen of Fire? I'm thinking now of the fire in spring and autumn. So the fire, it's not burning intensely in these two seasons. In winter, let's say this fire is burning the slowest. Then the strongest in summer. But spring and autumn and fall are two tempered, not tempered, temperate seasons. Okay. So they do not have extremes in highs or lows of fire. So this Queen of Fire, she was a quite tempered Queen of Fire. I want another card, but what happened to her? I feel like saying, like, she came in spring, she left in autumn. Summer and winter, of course, and the King of Keys. So when the highs and the lows came, okay, when everything was balanced and temperate, she stayed. But when the highs and lows of life came in, she left. She just left. Either it was a physical departure, he just moved, because this is the King of Keys. This is a non-gender. So if you are feminine, the whole situation applies to the masculine. If you are masculine, it applies to the feminine. But the archetypes in here, so we're talking you initially as the priest, as the King of Cups. Either you are feminine or masculine. You are represented as the King of Cups priest. And your interaction with this Queen of Fire ended up with her leaving. And her leaving as a King of Air. Summer and winter. Okay, so this highs and lows. Okay, now we understand with this one. So how you got to this priest position, it's basically the reason why all this karma was built. And it was a lack of love. The lack of emotional connection with this queen. So this Two of Cups, you were soulmates with this character. She might have died with that King of Swords in there. So she might have just died or... And now for the magical child. And now let's go. Or she might have just divorced you, left you in a way or another. And you went to priest or priestess life. Okay, with the magical child, we have the Three of Roses, the loving elementals. So this magical child is surrounded by the fairies of all elements. Actually, 3 fairies I've seen there. Okay, so only three fairies. 2 of fire, and let's say 1 is fire, 1 is air, 1 water, and the earth is missing. These 2 images. So this 3 of roses, you were celebrating, you were partying with the fairy elementals. As a magical child, this was a very, very, very loving, happy life for you. I don't think so. I don't feel this disbelief in miracles in here now with this 3 of cups. But I do feel this believing that energy and action are not required for growth. Because you have like all these fairies supporting you. You just need, what else is for me to do? I don't need energy or action. Or, action to grow. I have all these fairies. They did all the magic for me up to now. Well, in the numerology report, I was mentioning with the financial, the orphan situation. This child here looks like an orphan. Let's get another card. Another shuffle and another card. For this magical child. It's gonna be, from this reading, for the collective I'm reading for, it's gonna be a very interesting life to see how you handle this financial aspect. The King of Scrolls. So here comes the King of Pentacles. The element of earth. Okay, so you have 3 fairies, water, fire, air, and the element of earth. So maybe with the orphan situation in here, because I was just saying and talking about this, maybe you only had like the father. In this lifetime as a priest, the priest with just 1 daughter in here, and these 2, maybe in this one you were the priest, and this one you were the daughter. So you just switched roles. And maybe like the mother was absent in here. So you just had the father on the element. I feel like taking another one. Okay, 1 last card in there. And I'm getting, so I started with the deck in vertical position, which represents the masculine type. And I've switched to this horizontal, which is the feminine. And will, wisdom, and mind, judgment. Okay, October. October toddlers, will, wisdom, and mind. How will you manage to, because I was saying, how will you manage? It's going to be interesting to watch you, how you'll manage and deal with this, the financial, because you have no dharma from your past lives with the financial aspect. And how will you manage it? Well, is the final judgment. You have everything that you need, but with will, wisdom, and mind. These three that you have here, with this with these three fairies, with the fairy of air, mind, will, fire, and wisdom, water. So the wisdom of the water, the will of the fire, and the mind of the air. Like having this perspective like birds from up above. Okay, now let's switch to this karma card and see for you, October spirits, what is your major karmic task? Let's move these cards here. A few more shuffles, and let's see what is your major karmic task for this lifetime. Okay, we have one card. Let's see. One. Okay. Act like a leader. So the major karma. Demonstrate, realize, act like a leader. The sun. So you have the planet. Because these cards are signs, houses, and planets. And you have a planet as your major karmic task. Act like a leader. Because you have like to take care of the finances of your tribe and take it to a level higher than ever before. So you need to act like a leader. And then with the sun, the creation of. Okay, so it is the creation of this financial aspect in this cycle of birth and reincarnation for you. The gaining of respect for or from things brought to life or light. Things, I'm stuck in here. Things brought to life or light. I was saying you do not have any karma or experience with this energy, sexual, or because the child and the priest don't have worries or concerns about money or sex or sexual concerns. And now this aspect of the sexual and the financial is brought to life or light. Okay, I got it. And now with the dream, this is very clear for me. But let's just do the dream weaver to see how can you complete this karmic task. How can you achieve the requirements of your karmic task? One more shuffle, and let's see how is it that you can fulfill your karmic task. So these are the two obvious ways, and this one shall be brought to life or light. So the first two ones, let the fire dragon sleep. So tone down your fire, and the sun is the fire. Tone it down. And it was with that queen of fire in there. When things were balanced, it was okay. But when the fire went into extremes, highs and lows, well, she either died, she either left the building, something happened. And this is the inheritance of your maternal line. So it is in the fire. It is inherited in the fire. Increase the financial, but tone down the fire. Let the fire dragon sleep. The other one, it's time to dance around the sun. So around the sun, okay? So for you, don't go straightly to sun. Dance around the sun. This is the time to dance around this karmic task. Yeah, and it makes sense because like this financial, I say sexual too, karmic task. So if you do not have the knowledge how to go directly into it and how to approach it directly, just dance a little bit. Now is the time to dance a little bit around the sun. And then your final advice of how to complete this task: when a witch must drink their brew. When a witch or a priest or a priestess must drink their brew. Okay. I feel like this, with this darkness in here, the only darkness I can associate this card with a little bit is this one, with the judgment, will, wisdom, and mind. And I take it both on the positive and the negative. The positive is that this witch, when drinking their brew, will get the will, the wisdom, and the mind to overcome the karmic program. On the negative side, this priest that violated the trust. So this feels like, just don't get discouraged if you get like from a priest or the same behavior, or like an encounter with your mask. So this witch drinking their brew, it's like an encounter with the mask you lived in. Okay, there's a very interesting documentary, especially for the male part, and it has like the feminine side too. So the mask you live in for the masculine and misrepresentation for the feminine. I think they can both be found on YouTube. With that orphan of one parent or both. I feel both situations in here. Because this character in here, so when a witch drinks, is just so lonely in there. I feel like this one might be connected with this blank card too. Okay, let's go now. But what can you do when you drink your own brew? Let's just stay for another second in here. Because all this black, it's somehow balanced with the black of the crows. And this is the vessel you are diving into. I don't get the most positive vibes from this card, so I'm going to put it back in the deck. I'm just going to leave those two. All is calm upon this shores. Okay. So let's just leave. So for the time being, I feel like that card, like, just if you go straight into the sun, let's say, for the time being, just dance around the sun. With the Eternal Seeker Oracle deck, let's find October spirits. What is exactly that you are looking for? What are you searching in this lifetime of yours? What is the most important thing that you will get as sacred learning, knowledge, teaching? What is your major dharma for this lifetime of yours? Okay, the universe. Plain and simple, just that, the universe. So the universe is what your dharma is. Number 26. The universe. Okay, this is the major dharma. This is the Queen of Pentacles in here, the King in here, and the Queen in here. So you are growing these roots. And your roots, where are they planted? Not on the earth, but in the universe. Plain and simple, this one, okay? And now let's see what blessings do you have? Oh gosh, what blessings do you have, October toddlers, on your path? On your path to the universe. What blessings guide your path towards the universe? Okay, one last shuffle. This one's been here at the home. So the universe is your home. I feel like saying, even if you're not an orphan, this is how you might have felt. Like that feeling of home missing. So you might have had a physical home, but you never had a home inside of you. And this belonging, it's something you have to fix inside. But now you are planting roots. So your home is the universe, not just the earth or your physical mother and father. The stars are your parents. Okay, that one wanted to come, but okay, this one I say we have to check it out. Because the power animal. This one stood up. Even if it didn't jump, it just firmly stood up. Number 18 in there with the power animal. The wolf may be your power animal because it's not coincidence that I chose this deck and this card popped for you. The flame, the phoenix, the fire. Okay. Number 6. These are your blessings on this way. The power of the phoenix, the power of rebirth, the power of fire. The power of fire. But this fire is at sunset. So this flame at sunset, this phoenix you are, the fire, so your power, which is the power animal, the power animal, and this one has like the moon, the sun and the moon in here. But it seems like you have some difficulty with the moon, with the feminine. No, this is for you, this is the feminine, because it was the Queen of Wands. Okay, so I was saying, the power of fire at sunset, it's a blessing for you. And the other blessing is the power animal, which is both the phoenix, but this is mythological, at least now. And this is the wolf, which is the power animal to connect to for this lifetime. I feel like doing just one more. One to see, because this is very much related to animals or creatures, or I want another final blessing. Number 1, faith. So faith is your blessing. So this incarnation, it's a blessing of faith. Okay, October, Spirit. The last thing I'm gonna mention for your reading is this shell, which takes me to the Fibonacci. So another blessing of yours, it's this symmetry of the Fibonacci sequence and the golden ratio. The gold, with the golden ratio in the Fibonacci and the gold in the fire or in the phoenix or in the sun. But this is the faith, okay, the blessing of the faith. This is a blessing of the faith. And what is that blessing of the faith? You planting your roots in the universe. you working on this Queen of Pentacles part of yourself, which is exactly the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Materials, the Queen of Earth, like financial, business, and everything. Okay, it just all came together now. And this Fate card, it is the Fate, because you didn't have it before. So it was the Fate. It is in your Fate. Okay, this is what I have for this karmic depth reading for you, October toddlers. I shall see you in one of the next readings. Wishing you a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, guys and girls.